Okay, John, this week's derby weekend against Keighley Cougars. How's preparations going for it?
Yeah, well, obviously we've had a fortnight to prepare for this, and in the middle of that fortnight the players have had some time off to sort of rest and re-energise themselves, and at the minute the preparations have gone pretty well. They look keen, they really do look as if they've benefited from that short time off and the extra conditioning we did in the first week, and obviously now it's very much preparing for Keighley as a specific game. So things are going well, but obviously we'll find out really how they've gone when come Sunday afternoon.
Last time out, John, it was quite a difficult defeat to taste against Workington. How's the camp been down here after that loss?
Yeah, well, obviously we're bitterly disappointed. There's no doubt about that, because you know, we felt as if we'd played ourselves into a position to win it. And then the game went away from us in the last sort of 20 minutes, and I just felt we were a little erratic and we panicked a little, and that might be down to the expectation levels that the players have been under for the full season. But now those expectation levels go on to York, so it'll be interesting to see how we respond in the final 4 games. But obviously, to give us any chance of going up automatically, we've got to close out these final 4 games, and that will be our focus.
This weekend, John, obviously all focus is going to be on Keighley, as I just said, but there also is that factor of Workington against York. Are you going to have one eye on Keighley, one eye on York?
No, not at all. We'll address because Keighley deserve respect. We've watched their last few games and they've had a tough time because of the financial problems there, and they've lost players. But the players who've come in, or the players who've got a chance on the back of that, they've been very spirited. And the game that we've really focused upon was their game against Newcastle, which they won. And as we know, Newcastle are a tough team to beat. And you know, for Keighley to have done that, it shows there's great spirit, there's great resolve, there's great teamship, where they're all united. So they're going to throw a challenge at us, and that's why we need just to focus on Keighley. And then, you know, come 4:45, should the results have gone favourably for us, we'll then have a look at the York result. But during the game, it will be solely Keighley. Prior to the game, it will be solely Keighley.
There's some exciting news for the club. Recently signed loanee player James Green on contract full time.
Yes, and you know, we're really pleased with that, because James is come here from Castleford for a fair period of time. We've had a good look at him, he's had a good look at us. I think everybody will see that he does add something to our middle channel. He's got that bit of experience perhaps that we've lacked, because we've had lots of young players playing in that channel, and I think he complements people like Steve Crossley really well. He's a different type of middle unit player. So we're absolutely delighted that he's agreed to commit himself to us for the next year, and obviously we hope it's in the Championship, and should it be in the Championship, I think we've signed a top 4 Championship player without a shadow of doubt.
And also, since we last caught up here, some more signing news. We've added Jake Webster to the ranks for 2019. What kind of impact do you expect he's going to have on the side? Well,
first of all, I think he'll be a threat, because if you look at the size of him, he's a big man, and he's still got that hunger in his belly. And you know, we've just spoken about James, and I'm confident that we've signed a top 4 Championship player. With Jake Webster, we've signed a top 4 Super League player. You know, he's regularly appeared in a team that's in the top 4, who've got design on the grand final at Old Trafford. So that's the quality of the player. We've also signed a high quality individual as a man as well, and I'm hoping that he'll have a great effect on the group, because it's no secret, I think one of our weaknesses has been our lack of experience, and I think we've resolved it with the James Green situation. I think we're resolving it as well with Jake Webster, because you need some senior players who've been there, done it and got the t-shirt, and can help the youngsters when the sort of the situations that they haven't experienced, and they're looking for some guidance, etc., from the fellow teammates. So I think it'll be a massive signing for the Bradford Bulls for the next 2 years.
And then just finally from me, John, the majority of the season we've been in that top spot, we've held it, but unfortunately this is probably one of the first times that we've dropped down to the second. Do you think that pressures might take its toll on the side this weekend, or do you think it might inspire them?
I don't know. I mean, we'll see how we respond, but I'm pretty confident as a group that they're getting better, and it's not so much getting better from a skill set point of view, or a structural or organisational point of view. They're getting better psychologically, because they've had a lot thrown at them this year. the weight of expectation is tough to have throughout the fall season, and you might argue that we haven't dealt with it very well, because obviously York's caught us and they've overtaken us now, but there's still 4 games left, and our focus is still on coming top. Should we not come top, we'll then address what the situation is after that, but the focus very much is on claiming the league points and attempting to get top spot.
And sorry John, just lastly, this weekend we've got 4 of our academy products featuring for England under Keelan Foster, Ollie Wilson, Rowan Mills and Harry Shackleton. 3 in the Origin game in the second state. It shows great things with Bradford Bulls, that we're still managing to produce talent like that on such a great stage.
Well, I think if you look at the Origin teams, I think there's only one club that outside Super League has got any players in. So I think that's a measure enough, and it's great credit to John Bastian, to Lee Beattie and to Mark Dunning, who are producing these young men on a regular basis, and I think the signs are looking really good. You know, all the structures are in place to develop young players and to come through into the first team. But obviously we've got to address the first team problem of where we're playing, and that's what we'll do. But I'd like to wish those 4 young men all the best this weekend. It's a big weekend for them, and I certainly hope they do themselves justice. And you know, the 3 in the Origin claim an England spot. So that's the challenge for them, and I'm certain that they're up to it.